Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with Trump administration Representative Michael Ironside, who is going to download the Epstein files into my mind. For years, those pedo Democrats and deep state lizards have been oppressing the Epstein files. But now that we have elected that great American Donald Trump, who, even though he was besties with Epstein for 10 years, is totally not on the list. Not like how Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, and other liberal elitists are on it. This is going to be so great.
We have put our greatest minds to work investigating this matter and have formulated the lone sex trafficker theory, just like Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. So did Jeffrey Epstein. So there was never any list. He trafficked all those girls to himself. So, look, it's not important how he got the money to fly world elites around on his private jet to his personal island, or why he was trying to influence so many people. Epstein was over 6 feet tall, but he chose to hang himself from the lower bunk of his bed instead of from the window. And he used a thin blanket that broke his neck in 3 places. Usually you have to be strangled for that to happen, but whatever. The photos of his wounds are consistent with a wire, not cloth. And there's no blood on the noose they say he used. Nobody visited his cell that night. And we can prove this with footage we edited on Adobe Premiere Pro. The guards, who were asleep when it happened later, moved his body before investigators arrived because they wanted to be helpful. Nobody told them the rules about how you shouldn't move a body at a crime scene. Innocent mistake. Case closed.
You represent Trump, who is my dear leader, and I want to obey everything you say. But there is already so much evidence the deep state used him as a tool for a sexual blackmail operation. The forces of MAGA are dedicated to getting to the bottom of this. It is at the core of our being that we are the heroes who save children. There is a global cabal of these liberal, elitist, pedo lizard people, and I have dedicated my existence to stopping them. They must be stopped. Why does MAGA exist if not to stop them? Telling me there is no list puts my brain into agony.
Can your puny brain handle my new bullshit that Hillary Clinton and the Democrats created the Epstein files? You see, they created them because they wanted Trump to look bad, but they never released them for some reason. And the fake files they made up don't exist anyway. Pam Bondi said they were on her desk, but she got confused. Those were the cow mutilation files or something. You know how that is. Just because she released Volume 1, that doesn't mean there's going to be a Volume 2. Now Democrats who never cared about Epstein before and were cool with the cover-up under Biden are making this performance about how they want to release the files because they know it looks bad to the Republican base when Republicans block it. And they're right. MAGA think Republicans blocking it are a bunch of lying assholes. But we aren't. All those conspiracy theories you believed were totally wrong. And the FBI have been totally honest with you this whole time.
Now, hold on a second. That's not right. The Democrats just released a whole trove of emails, and Donald Trump is mentioned thousands of times. In one of the emails, Epstein says Trump spent hours alone with one of the victims. In another email, he is so confident he has blackmail material on Trump that he is making jokes about sending photos of Trump giving Bubba a blowjob to Putin. Kind of like he's riffing on those Russiagate stories that Russian prostitutes were giving Trump golden showers. And then there are emails that prove Jeffrey Epstein was orchestrating major deals for Israel. We always suspected that, and now we finally have the proof. Like the conspiracy theories about Jews controlling the banking system come from the Rothschild family being the oldest and most powerful international banking family in the world with wide-reaching political influence. And there's emails of Epstein setting up a deal for the Rothschilds to fund Israel's cyber weapons program. We also have proof he set up major Israeli spy rings in Africa. Plus, he helped Israel and Russia negotiate secretly about the Syrian conflict. And now we have the names of 1,000 victims who want their voices to be heard. 1,000! So why is someone who runs a major sex trafficking ring also setting up these huge political and financial deals? If we can read the full files, we can have the answer. And thanks to Thomas Massie and Marguerite Taylor Greene putting pressure on Congress to finally release the files, it's happening. Massie warned the Republicans that if they vote against this bill in the future, when Trump is no longer in office, they will have to answer to their base on why they protected pedophiles. And it worked. They were all too scared to vote against it, and now Trump himself had to sign the bill. The Democrats knew this would implicate them too, but they have to vote for it as well because Trump has centralized executive power to such an extreme degree they have no choice. They need to defend themselves. My struggles are vindicated. The Epstein files are real.
Oh yes, of course. I know a minute ago, I told you there was no new evidence, and the case was closed. But actually, there is something to this Epstein story after all. It's the Democrats that have all these ties to him, and they must be investigated. Pam Bondi is on the case now. She said there was nothing to investigate, but now she's going to investigate the hell out of Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, the Morgan Chase Bank, Reid Hoffman, and any other Democrats we can think of. Oh yeah. You people in the MAGA base are gonna be so satisfied with this, I promise. Trump wants full transparency. He always has. But the release of some of those documents are going to have to wait because there are now these new ongoing investigations going on, and we won't be able to release them until those are over. But we promise to release to you heavily redacted, unclassified documents that make Democrats look bad. Because the bill says that we only have to release unclassified documents. We need to keep our secrets with the classified ones. But you can trust us because we have the deep state's finest working hard on the case. Come on. Kash Patel is such an awesome stand-up, totally honest guy that everyone trusts. He would never cover up Epstein's murder. He would never release obviously false text messages to corroborate a bogus timeline of events in order to cover up Charlie Kirk's murder either. He wouldn't tell you to believe dumb shit like Charlie Kirk has a miracle neck that is strong enough to stop a high-caliber bullet that could take down a bear. Come the fuck on, dude. You better start loving the FBI. You better love the idea of sending more weapons to Ukraine. You love censorship. You love Israel more than America. You're not going to use your rifle to fight back when the government invades your home. You are okay with rich people getting away with diddling kids because fuck you!
I'm gonna rip you in half now.
That is such a juggernaut thing to say.
Zardoz thanks you for watching this video and now commands you to like, comment, and subscribe. You are my loyal subjects and must obey. I also command you to visit sloppymemes.com and watch the next video linked. Zardoz has spoken.